Whew. Okay, guys, I think third time was the charm. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. I am a small seller. I currently sell on eBay, Niknax, as well as on Whatnot. I go live every Saturday at 2 p.m. on Whatnot, so I'd be happy to have you there. Link will be in the description for my upcoming sale. I was also recently approved to start selling on Niknax Live, and so I'm working on figuring out the dates and stuff for that, and hopefully we'll have some updates for you real soon. I apologize for all the noise. I just pulled up to a new thrift store over in, I believe we're in Overland Park. I'll put the address and info up on the screen for you though. It's Hillcrest Thrift Store, and I know they have a location in Missouri, but this is a new opening for them. I don't know exactly the day they open, but they still have their now open sign up. So I thought we'd swing in and see what we can find. Okay, so first in the door, I notice a shelf with some planters and things on it. Not a whole lot going on. I did see this little jar. This was interesting, and I would have picked this up, only it had some pretty bad chipping at the top, but it was really nice, hand-done piece, really cool. Then there was this, and this is contemporary, I'm sure, but I liked it. It looks like they had $6 on it. I liked it. I thought about it. It has that mid-century artisan, kind of style to it. I thought it was cool, but I think it's contemporary. And then I found this piece. This is a terracotta. I have no idea what that mark is on the back. I thought it was really neat, though, and I love picking up these kind of pieces. So I went ahead and put it in the cart. They had $2 on it. I was shocked. And then I found this sort of Majolica style leaf trinket dish. They had $7 on this. I felt like that was a little bit much for me, so I went ahead and left that. They had these antique, like ladles and stuff. Let's see, they're cast iron. They were all pretty rusted. That rust you can get off if you want to, but a lot of people like it on there for the decorative look. They had $8 on each. They were very long, and that's the problem with those, is they're long. This was kind of a neat figurine. I'm realizing I don't really show her to you very well, but she had like a little shamrock on her skirt. I imagine she went with other little figurines and she was by her lonesome, so I left her. Now this, I'm going to try to pull down so I can show it to you. It is a rooster. I'm not real sure on the age of this. I don't want to call him Majolica style because he's not quite there, but he's definitely hand painted. He's a mold formed piece. He was extremely heavy, and they had $25 on him. And then this here was a reproduction tin. They had $1 on it. It's for Toll House cookies. And at the bottom, you can see it says like circa 1954, 39. And it's just showing you the different advertisements. I thought it was really cute. I thought about getting it, but I left it. And then I saw this plate down here. It appears to be in pristine condition. It's Victoria Carlsbad, has a classical scene on it, and I think they had $12 on it, and it was just a little much for me. I did check over the glassware. I really didn't see a whole lot, but there were these terracotta little lizards. Now, I kind of regret not picking them up, but they were $5 each, and they're not vintage as far as I could tell. They're Talavera style. Maybe they would have been worth it. Now, these here, they have on their tag $15 a piece. They had the creamer and sugar there, and they had them marked as hand painted. They're not hand painted, in fact, they're transfer print, but they had hand embellishment on it. But I could not believe that they had $15 a piece on them. And then I saw these cases where they had more kind of curated things that looked more like they were set up for an antique store. I did not even bother asking to look at any pieces in here. Based on the prices that I was seeing on the stuff on the shelves, I was somewhat fearful to even find out. Now that little tiny flask looking thing there, that looks like a snuff bottle. And I'm not sure on that, but that's what that looks like to me. I couldn't find a price on it. I was interested in it, but I didn't ask, I'll be honest. But I thought I'd show you guys at least some of the stuff they had in the cabinet here. I did like that little blue and white plate. Couldn't tell on the bottom who did it though, but they wanted $20 or $25. It was something high up there on it. So if anybody knows what that plate is, let me know. Because there was just something about it that caught my attention. But they had lots of cool stuff in here. They did cool stuff with their dishes. So they kept them in sets pretty well, but you can see there, like they would wrap the sets in cellophane. I thought that was so cool. I've never seen a thrift store do that before. That is really smart. Whoever thought that one up, kudos. Hat tip for you. There's some cool restaurant wear. I want to say Buffalo made that. I could be wrong. But they didn't have a full set or anything of it where I could pick any of it up, or else I would have. You know, like a saucer and cup, a couple of them at least. Oh, I wanted to see, oh, who made this set here? It was pretty. It was very light and dainty looking, and it turned out to be Syracuse china. I'm not positive on the prices because like that plate there had no price on it. It was by itself on top of everything, and then they had a separate little set of that exact same pattern sitting on top, wrapped up individually. I just wasn't sure what was going on with it all, but it was pretty nonetheless. Then I think these here are Anchor Hawking, maybe? It looks like that Sereno, I think it's called, pattern. You'll find it on console bowls and vases and all kinds of stuff. And I went looking through their jewelry here, and then I found these jewelry jars. They had like 20, 25, you know, maybe $30 on one of them. But not bad price-wise as far as jewelry jars go. So I spent a little time looking around here. Because I've been thinking about doing, you know, like a whatnot sale or a live sale, maybe on Niknax, where I just buy a jewelry jar and I dump it out, and everything's $1 start. And so I'm looking through these, and I didn't find anything that really caught my eye. That third one on the right looked like it was really full of just bits and pieces. The other two had quite a few, I don't know, it looked like bits and pieces in them, but also just contemporary jewelry. I just didn't see anything in there that was really popping out to me. So I went walking down though and kind of looked at the rest of the stuff they have. And, you know, I think if you went in here and you were buying for yourself, I think the prices are probably on point, if not good. But for a reseller, I would say they were very proud of their jewelry and a little bit you know, above where I could pay. That was a cool bangle, but it had some enamel wear there. Otherwise, I probably would have grabbed that. They had a big basket of watches up here. Oh, and then I found these little, like, cookie molds. And they are brown bag cookie molds. They were all from the 80s. I think they were all Christmas themed. I'm not positive the resale value on those. They were cool, but they wanted $5 a piece on them, and that may very well be worth it. I do not know. I have not taken the time to look them up yet. If anybody does, drop it in the comments. Oh, I guess there's a couple Valentine's ones in there. But the rest of them I think were all Christmas. So that may be a loss I did on there. I don't know. But I kind of doubt it. I feel like this thrift store, from what I saw, they seem to take quite a bit of time to really dig into pricing their items. Okay, so that was a little bit of a quick trip in and out. I was going to pick up that one terracotta bowl, but then when I started getting to the checkout, I started noticing a lot more chipping on the edges of it. So even though it was only $2, I just went ahead and put it back. That was the only thing I was even going to get. You know, it was a really nice thrift store. It's very clean. It's very easy to shop through. It's very wide. You can move around, you know, all those things. They didn't have a lot in the way of hard goods, like things that I sell. I don't know how their clothing is. They might be spectacular on that. So if you sell clothes, maybe. I don't know. I didn't even look. I know nothing about it. But for hard goods, and I tried to kind of show you guys this, and it's no surprise. I mean, you guys, we all know it is what it is with the thrift stores and stuff. It was a little bit of a gut check to see, like on that Victoria Carlsbad, you know, I mean, that's a vintage antique plate transfer print with a classic scene on it. And it appeared anyway to be in pristine condition, and it was beautiful, but it was, I don't know, at best maybe 6 or 7-ish inch diameter. And they had, I don't know, it's in the video, like $15 or something on it. And I mean, I don't know that I would be able to get much more off of it, you know, so they're definitely at the upper end on virtually every item I picked up. So, you know, it's disappointing, but I'm glad I stopped by to find out, you know. I don't know if that it's one, that I'll come back to. And when I say that about thrift stores, what I mean is it's not one I'll visit regularly. I will never write off generally any thrift store, even with prices like that, because you still never know. Like I went gandering down the dishes and stuff. People still miss things. So, and I did contemplate getting a jewelry jar in there, but I didn't. I sat there and I spun them around, and again, jewelry is not my forte, but I just didn't see anything in there that even caught my eye to get my attention to spend $20 on it. So anyways, I'm gonna head down the road. Let's go to another one. Okay guys, new place. We are at City Thrift in Overland Park. I will throw the info up on the screen for you, but let's go in and see what we can find. Okay, so I've seen these guys in here the last couple times I've come. Nobody has picked them up. I was looking them over. Tan tags were on sale, so I was looking them over, and I almost got them because I thought they were fine, but I found a little bit of damage on both, just like the paint on the face. So these are like traditional Mexican folk art style. I realized I wasn't doing a good job showing them to you there, but it looks like he's missing a piece that he would have been holding maybe. And then the other guy had some breaks and like paint damage on his face, but they're more or less paper mache. There are vintage ones. Some can be worth, you know, pretty good money, but I left them. Here's a cow parade. Those are somewhat collectible. This one's I think it's a 2001, but little Daisy there had some breakage on her tail. This is a TJ Maxx piece meant to look like an antique porcelain egg or glass egg that they would paint. Here is a little, I think he was sort of like a styrofoam on the inside raccoon. I was gonna get him. I ended up putting him back. This was kind of neat. It's in the form of like a Mayan calendar, but it was an ashtray, and I thought about picking it up. I'm not sure what the resale value on a piece like that would be. You know, it is contemporary, all that kind of stuff, so I'm just not sure. And I wanted to check these out. I always check them over just to see, are they actually hand-turned pieces or not. This here would be a cool steampunk kind of clock. This here was a signed set, so a handmade terracotta set, but it was not complete at all. And like the sugar bowl's missing the lid. I only had 2 small cups, 1 regular size cup. If anything, I would have just bought the tray, but I just left it. I saw this little dog back here. I'm not sure who made him. I imagine he's probably made in Japan. This here is a figurine. It was very heavy. It was a very heavy ceramic. It showed you the name on it there. It was made in the 80s. They had $25 on it. He didn't look like he had any damage, but he was quite tall. He was probably close to 2 feet tall and probably weighed no less than 5 pounds. Then there was this cool, they're not clocks, they're like barometers and things like that. And they did say West Germany. I would have picked this up, guys, but the problem was right there. And I'm always scared on those things anyway, because it's hard for me to know if they're working or whatever. Okay, what is going on here? Here was a jewelry jar. Get ready. Boom. $45.98 for that bad boy. And again, I'm looking these over, you know, just trying to see if there's anything in there that really stands out to me to make me say, okay, it's going to be worth paying roughly $50 for this jar, because you can literally buy a $50 jar of $50 crap. And that's the last thing I want to do, especially if I'm buying it for resale. This was beautiful. I picked this up. This is it looks like black glass, but it is amethyst glass. I'm not sure of the pattern on it, but I would imagine this probably dates 30s, 40s, something like that. Okay, so not a complete bust, but not great either. I don't know. It's around 1:30, 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. So I don't know, but I did find this, and we'll go over that a little bit later. So I've got one more place. I figured we would hit the, well, I'll just go ahead and call it my favorite Goodwill, because it's the one you guys see the most often. Let's head over. Okay, y'all. Hopefully, third time is the charm. We are now at my favorite Goodwill. and let's go see what we can find. So right away, I did see those pieces that I left the other day, the Jaska of California pottery pieces. I was shocked that they were still there. But I did go ahead and grab them. I kind of regretted leaving them the other day. I think each one was like $2.99 and $3.99 a piece. Well worth the pickup. This is really cute. Contemporary, but cute. I love the image of the bicycle on it. This here looks like it's trying to be a Hull or a Hager piece, you know, like the mid-century planters that they do. But that is a contemporary one. Here's a adorable little porcelain basket made in, I think it was Bavaria, but it had a big chip on it there. Do you see it? Do you see him yet? Right there. Italian pottery. He's gorgeous. Stinking gorgeous. I love it. Hand painted. I did notice a couple little chips to the glaze, like up on the top part there. His bird hat is what I call it. And he does have one little chip to the glaze on the handle, but he was damage free on the spout. The integrity of the piece was solid. So I did go ahead and pick him up. This is a cute little jar, little Japan jar. Made in Japan. It was hand painted. It's got some slip trail, so you see the kind of raised white enameling, and it's under the glaze there. Thought I'd double check. I figured this was contemporary, but it was. Very contemporary. Ooh. Ooh, and that's glass. That's paint glass, guys, for $5.99. And I'm gonna get it. It's really heavy, though. Oh, yeah. You guys, I looked up. Ooh, here's a Lefton. Oh, squirrel. Here's a Lefton piece. But I have one like that, but mine's fruit. I'm gonna kind of set it out here so somebody will see it. So these were contemporary, but I looked them up, and I'll talk to you about it later. Oh. This is like a granite ware, enamel ware. It's a very heavy pot made in Holland. They had $4.99 on it. The interior and exterior are both like hard enameled, and then it's hand painted. The interior looked beautiful. You could still use this pot. Now it is missing a piece on the end. There usually would have been a piece of wood, a piece of plastic, or like a very hard rubber sort of piece. You guys, I'm also looking for something, maybe instead of that picture that I have where I do my live sales, I'm looking for something. Oh my God, shut up. Okay, he has a tiny chip on his ear right there. What else is wrong with him? Oh, this guy's missing his ear. You guys, this is a handmade piece for $3.99. That is, oh, and he's missing a finger. Dang it. I so would have gotten that. I can forgive a little damage, but I think he's a little too far gone. Tell me if I'm wrong. This looks interesting. It's not. Oh, it is a Hager floral piece, though. Oh, that's an old Hager sticker under there. Well, we'll take Hager for $3.99. So yeah, I'm looking for something like shelf-wise, like little shelves that I could have sitting there to kind of prop some of the stuff that I'll be running on. But I haven't found a piece yet. And me, I'm not gonna go out and just buy one. No. I'm gonna put him with the figurines. It's just gonna bother me. So where's his pole? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't think this is half power. It doesn't feel like crystal. It doesn't have the weight of crystal. I think it's one of those pieces that are made to look like half power, because you can see it's got the little bird on here. He's still cute. It's $2.99, but I'll pass. Okay, let's look down here one more time to see if we can find those gosh darn plates. I'm so sad. It's okay though. If someone else picked them up, I'm happy for them. Okay, I would get these guys if they were not $4 each. Because, I mean, shut up. They're cute. Oh my god, what is he doing up here? Okay, he's got some chips on his feet. And what's his ear? So this guy's like a paper mache. And they're hand painted. Sometimes they're wrapped in actual leather. Oh, and I think that's paint. Is there any damage on him? You know, I don't see any damage on him. Actually, maybe his head was put back on. Kind of looks like his head was put back on. Whew. Okay, guys, I think third time was the charm. Definitely found some stuff. I am really like over the moon about that pink glass divided dish. That is a really cool piece. We'll talk more about that later on. But you know, I found that platter and I was hoping I was going to find the little plates that went with it, but that platter's pretty heavy, and I'll be honest, I was going to sell them separately, like the plates and then the platter, and somebody found them, somebody snagged them up, and good on them. It's another piece we'll talk about a little bit later. I'm probably going to start running out of storage on my phone soon, so I may have to make a part 2 to this. We'll see. But overall, not bad. You know, it was kind of feeling like today wasn't going to be a good day for it, but I think we pulled out okay. I don't know. Let's get home and we'll look over everything. All right, guys. So back home. It is just a little bit later in the evening now, but I have our box of, what would you say, haul treasure today. So let me pull it all out of here and we will look through it real quick. Here we are. Okay, so where to start? Let's start with the smallest, easiest part. Get out of here, little gnat guy. Oh, little bug. So for $1.99 is what this guy was. I went ahead and took the tape off so we'd be able to look at the interior easier. So it looks to be hand painted. It is ceramic. It is glazed. Looks like it does have some little cracks, but it also kind of looks like on this side it's cracked and there's glaze going into it. So those two kind of make me think they may have occurred during firing, and then, or at least this one possibly. And then there's a little chip right here. Nothing major. The lid still sits evenly on it. I don't know if this was like a little sugar jar. I don't know. Here's what it says though. Made in Japan. What does that say? Ben? What does that say? I don't know. Heckert, something. It's made in Japan, though. Anyway, I just thought it was cute to use as either a trinket dish or, you know, hell, even toss the lid and just use it as a cute little succulent, you know, like a planter kind of thing, right? Okay, so the Hager vase. When I first picked it up, I mean, this is pretty plain, guys. It's like a taupe sort of color. No chips, no cracks. I have found no damage. It does need to be cleaned a little bit, and somebody put little feet on it. But I noticed when I was looking it over in the store that the original Hager barcode is under there, and so hopefully I can get that Goodwill sticker off without damaging the barcode. Not that that's super important, but it is always cool to have original stickers on pieces if possible. It does have this piece, worst come to worst though. So still a neat little pickup. I don't know. I would expect, you know, anywhere probably 18 to 26, something like that on this. This little piece, probably with the damage that it has on the inside, I don't know. That's hard to say. I think it's neat that it's made in Japan. It's hand painted. It does have like this raised slip trail, which is under the glaze. You know, it is a really neat piece. I would guess maybe give or take $12 would be my assumption. These pieces here were ones that I looked at in, what was that, the last video? And they are also Jaska of California pottery. Jaska is just one of the probably thousands and thousands of California pottery companies out there. But there are, you know, probably a few hundred and even less really like big name ones, you know, or really known ones. Actually, most California pottery companies that were out there are unheard of, unknown. Their work is, you know, come across, but nobody has any way of IDing it or attributing it to anybody. And, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, I kind of regretted leaving these pieces behind. This one here was $2.99. You know, it's more or less a little trinket dish and serving dish. The creamer here, I wish I had the sugar to go with it. I really did. I looked again today. I couldn't find it, but it was $2.99 and there's no damage to it. There's no damage on the spout or anything. And then the same thing with the shakers. They were $3.99 and there's no damage. There's one missing a cork, but you know, those kinds of things are replaceable. And so I just went ahead and picked them up. I told you guys before, I'm a sucker for drip glaze. I'm also a sucker for California pottery. There's just something about it. Another piece I got was this rooster pitcher. Okay, and I saw him and I pretty well knew instantly he was Italian pottery. I mean, you can just, right, look at his decoration. Right? He looks like Italian pottery. I would have been shocked if he wasn't. I haven't pulled back that sticker to read the entire thing, but you can tell it's marked Italy there. It was $4.99, and I did see he had, you know, a couple dings. It looks like glazed dings. And a lot of times with Italian pottery, that's what it is. It's not so much the ceramic that gets chipped up or cracked so much as the glaze itself, and they tend to do that. But I still went ahead and got him, despite his few little chips up on his, you know, topper here. His spout was in good condition. The overall function of the piece is in good condition, okay? I think I had found one other, there it is, one other little chip right here on the handle. But again, minimal issue. So there's one here. There's one right there, and there's one right there. And they all seem to be glazed chips. Let me set him over there. Okay. This platter, whoops, get in focus, camera. This platter here, I looked for the plates that matched it, and I'm sad I didn't get it the other day. And, you know, are they worth tons of money? No, but I'll throw some comps up on the screen. You know, these are some sold comps, and these are of the plates. I couldn't find the platter. Now, the platter has a little weight to it. If I had to guess, it's probably around 3 pounds, give or take. And, you know, it is a contemporary piece. This is made by Rosanna Studio, and it's made in China, right? But the platter was $3.99, guys. And I think it's obvious why these pieces are I don't know if I'd say collectible, but people like them, right? Because they have decal graphics here that mimic or are replica of old vintage Valentines. I mean, it's adorable. So for a couple bucks, I was glad it was still there. I wish I could have gotten the plates because I think they were 99 cents a piece, and that would have been great. But it is what it is. Okay, so this piece here. This is like a granite ware. It's a metal, okay, and it's hand painted. Oh, and on the interior of the lid, if it'll focus, made in Holland, right? It says it there. And it looks to be in overall pretty good condition. This pan is heavy. It is very heavy. But the interior of it doesn't look damaged. I see no cracks. I see no wear damage at all. And then the bottom of it, of course, also says made in Holland. And, you know, it was $5, guys, but I felt like that was $5 probably well spent. This is a very heavy duty, very nice granite ware pot, okay? I imagine it had either a wood or some sort of plastic or, you know, end to it here that is not there. However, it doesn't affect the integrity of the piece, whether you really want to use it as decoration or to actually cook with, which it looks like, you know, I mean, there's, I don't know, maybe they boiled water in it or something. It looks like there's kind of like water stain, and I'll wash that out, but, or try to, but outside of that, I mean, that's in perfect condition. And this is all hand painted. This is a cool piece. I have not looked up comps on this yet, so I do not know, but drop comments if you guys know anything about that kind of piece there. Okay, so let's go over this one real quick, because I think that's it until the pink dish. Okay, so this one here, I don't know what this pattern is, but I do know that this is black glass. Or is it? Let's get out the happy light and see. This has to be some of the blackest, darkest amethyst glass I've ever seen. The only way I can see through it at all, and that's just bare, I mean, it's like eclipse glasses, you know, guys, if any of you guys wore those the other day for the eclipse, that's what it's like. You could have held this over your face. I'm not even kidding. That's the only way I can tell. It is that bad. I'm going to turn the camera away because this light is really bright. Okay, that may not hurt you so bad. Okay, so here it is, right side up. And I'm trying to get it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get it where you guys can see it or not. Okay, let me turn the camera again. But, as you can tell, this is a bright light, guys. This is one of those, what are they, like anti-depression lights or something? Anyway, it completely covers it. It completely blocks it out. So yeah, very, very, very dark glass. There. See, that's my flashlight coming through it. Wow. Okay, you guys, legitimately, that is some of the... I don't know that I've ever come across a darker piece of amethyst glass in my life at all. So, really cool though. I really, really like it. What was it? $6.99. I don't know what this pattern is exactly here. I'm curious. What is that? A straw mark in the bottom? Might have a little scratch there, but that's okay. So I don't know. Does anybody know this pattern? I'm guessing this is a console bowl. I would assume candlesticks would have come with it, but I love it. I think that is gorgeous. I have not looked up comps on it. Like I said, I don't know the pattern. It's not marked. I don't know who made it. I have a feeling it has a little bit of age on it. Anyways, now let's talk about this piece real quick. Did I turn that off? I did. Okay, so some of you may have known, as soon as you saw me grab this piece, that this is a late 1950s Jeanette shell pink, and this design or pattern is called Vineyard. This is a four-way divided relish dish is what it was referred to, and I have a little bit, of course I do, in a book. Oh my gosh, my microphone's everywhere, my cords are everywhere, everything is everywhere. In a book here that talks about this pattern. So I'm going to read you a little section out of this book to give you a little bit of info on this line that they did, because the Jeanette Shell Pink was only available for 2 years. So it is not scarce. I'm not saying that by any means, but it is really cool to come across. It is a milk glass, and you know, I just always like colored milk glass as well. So let me read you this section out of this book here. Shell Pink Milk Glass, Jeanette Glass Company, 1957 through 1959. This popular Jeanette pattern was made for only a short period in the late 50s. It was called Shell Pink and included pieces from several popular Jeanette lines. It was marketed as a delicate coloring that blends perfectly with all kinds of flowers. Its smooth, satiny finish goes all the way through the glass, is not a spray or surface coating. The quotes above are from a 4-page catalog from Jeanette. These pages also state, Shell Pink Milk Glass, lovely color and design make women admire it and buy it. The Vineyard 12-inch relish is pictured in front of the top photo on page 206. The 3-part celery and relish tray is in the rear of that photo. All right, guys, I think that is it for this one. I wanted to share that little bit of Jeanette Pink Milk Glass info with you, Shell Pink as it's called. Just, you know, for some extra reference on it and everything. Anytime I find milk glass that is not white milk glass, always piques my interest. But it's a good line to look out for. It's not worth tons and tons of money, but you know, it does carry a decent value on it. And you know, the couple comps that I saw, and I'll put them up here real quick. To me, it seems like they almost sell a little bit low, but maybe it's also because it's a vineyard design and stuff like that. Maybe, I guess, because there's other pieces in the Shell Pink that sell for more. But, you know, nonetheless, it was only produced for 2 years. So is it scarce? Not by any means, but it is something collectible that people do look for. So, you know, keep an eye out for it. Well, I hope you guys had fun thrifting with me today. It was 3 times the charm kind of journey. I feel pretty good about everything we got. I'll work on starting to get some of that listed. And, you know, otherwise, I hope to see you guys on Saturday. Check the description. There is a link in there to the sale so you can bookmark it, but there's also a link in there if you're a new buyer on Whatnot so that you can get a $15 Whatnot credit. And you don't have to spend that with me. You can spend that with anybody on Whatnot, but take advantage. Use the link, get the credit. Why not? And then for my Niknax, I'll keep you guys posted. I haven't finalized any plans yet on my first sale, so I will keep you posted. But there's also a promo code in the description where you can get $5 off your first purchase. So why not? Take advantage of it, guys. My next Whatnot live sale is this Saturday at 2 p.m. So I hope to see you there. And I think that's it, guys. I'll see you on the next one.